Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so tonight we are doing a bonus reading for Sagittarius. And our card tonight is from the Tarot of the Abyss, and it is the Strength card. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Oh, look at that. We have a mountain goat right here. Look at that thing. He's just rearing up. I like the mountain goats symbolically. They make me think of somebody who, and this ties into that Strength card, somebody who is so very fortified, somebody who can traverse even the most difficult of situations, mindful of every little step. If you think of, if you've seen a goat, right, go up the side of, almost it looks like, like a rock face, and they find the little footing, right? You can't even tell. You can't even see the little edge. And this is what I think of when I think of the mountain goat. Although, I don't know, are those the same? Are those the mountain goats that go up the sides? Probably, maybe, I don't know. But I know they're big and they look like they'd be kind of clumsy, but they're not. They're so agile. And so it makes sense to see the symbol in a Sagittarius reading because you all are very intelligent, clever, very clever. And, I think to a great degree, often pretty stealth in the way that you do things. You do it kind of quietly, but it's powerful. The movements are thought out, planned. And it's not usually some momentary thing, not a whim, but the beginning of something longer. Working towards your goals. Putting in the time. The effort. Even on those days where it seems so useless, tiring, nothing is going right, but you endure. It's powerful, powerful energy, and not one that I see in many of the signs, really. I mean, different, of course, every sign has its strengths, but I think for Sagittarius it is so often doing the work that is thankless. Because you do it for yourself. You do it because you are a person who cares about the world. You're a person who cares about your convictions, who cares about the virtues that lead you. You're not doing it to, get any kind of accolades or to look good to others. You do what you must because you can't do it any other way. Now, next to, we have a hummingbird. You can see, and has its little beak in this flower, I imagine. And so here we are again with that working, that ability to multitask. The mind is quick. You can do things most people can't. You just process information and figure it out. And it is amazing to others, I imagine. How do they do it? But you have to remember to rest. It's not a race. You have the ability to go quick, but you can't burn yourself out. And that's something, that is maybe the biggest fault of a Sagittarius, is that you work yourself so hard. You do so much. And you forget, hey, I got to take care of myself. I have all these things to do. I don't have enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. I need to slow down. Get some good sleep. That's the thing. I'm in this point in my life where I swear getting restful sleep is like 75% of any problem. If you are not sleeping well, you don't have a good sleep routine, it all begins there, doesn't it? At least this is how I'm experiencing the world. And I can tell when we've had some bad sleep days. There's a world of difference in how I perceive things. So make sure that you are resting. Okay, let's see. Now we do have a ship. We have a ship here, you can see. It looks like we have like a UFO kind of pulling up a horse or a dog. It looks like a horse. And we have somebody pulling on the horse, trying to hold it down. And then over here, it looks like another person is being pulled up. Maybe somebody else here. So I wonder, is this a very straightforward symbol? Have you been experiencing high strangeness? Are there, things you can't explain happening? It seems to be a theme that I've seen in some of my readings lately. And it's funny because I don't usually talk about things like UFOs or extraterrestrials or whatever. Not because I don't believe in them or whatever. It doesn't matter if I believe in them or not, but I do. I do. And but they've been showing up a lot in my readings. So I'm like, what's going on? Are you having experiences? Are we collectively having experiences? If you've had anything, I would love to hear about it. If you feel comfortable sharing, please leave your stories in the comments. I had another reading similar to this, but I don't think it was, I can't remember what sign it was, but yeah, people left their stories, and so interesting. And I said in my other reading, I grew up on Coast to Coast radio, okay, or Coast to Coast AM on the radio, and now I don't have a radio, but you can see them on YouTube and stuff. You can you can listen to the clips, and they have a website too, of course. I don't listen to it as much as I should, but they also have Linda Moulton Howe, who used to come on and do the MUFON reports, and she has her own channel on YouTube. It's called Earth Files, and that is excellent. I actually got my husband, shout out to Devin Serpentero. His name is Paul, not Devin Serpentero, but that's his channel. I got him into it too. So We both enjoy them. So yes, now we turn this and we have this ship, and it just seems like, but I also look at this and I think maybe what is going on is that, that it feels like things are kind of out of sorts. It kind of feels like not everybody, a lot of people, maybe a few people, maybe it is everybody, I don't know, have just absolutely lost it. They're just acting weird. You don't know what's going on. Is it me? Am I the one? Has my perception of things shifted? Or is it everybody else? Or are they going through something and I don't know about it? What is happening? People are acting a little strange. And, that could be. But sometimes it does. It does feel like everything is just kind of bizarre, uncanny. I have trouble. You really, what are you doing? You're like on a track over here. Come on. Pudgy wudgy. Come on, buddy. So I sometimes have trouble with this. I think, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's everybody else. I don't know. But something's going on. I can't tell what it is. And so, I think the best thing to do in these moments is to really kind of gather ourselves, fortify, take a break. Get out of your normal routine where you can. Look at your list of priorities, the things that got to get done no matter what. If there's something on there that falls towards the bottom and you can kind of just cross it off or at least save it for another day, give yourself some time. Get some rest. Do something that is nourishing to your soul. Go for a long walk. Go see some art. Have a nice meal. Spend some time with your people that you love. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. When we have the ship, I know this means we're in the process of moving out some old energy, something stagnant, a blockage. If you can think of coming into a house where the windows have been closed and everything is dusty and the air is thick and it's just, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel healthy. I would think your instinct is, okay, let's open up some windows. That's me. Get the windows open. Get some fresh air in here. Clean it out. And so it is with life. Sometimes, we don't have the perspective to realize things have gotten a little stagnant. Things are starting to feel too much, a little too cluttery, a little too loud, a little too, not in the energy that I am looking for, that I feel is emerging within me. It's time to shift some things. Step away. It's not like, or it's not dissimilar to, you're in a warm house, right? I know I'm using all these these house metaphors. You're in a warm house, okay? And you go outside to take out the trash, and it's pretty cold out there. You go back into the house and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. I didn't even realize. I thought it was kind of warm. But now I come back in from the cold and it's hot. I'm cooking in here. Sometimes we just have to change things up to really kind of be able to see, because we've been right in it. We're right in the muck of it. And we don't even notice. So we get these energies moving. All right, now I want to look at this guy. We have this cool, it's really cool looking. It looks like a warthog, okay? And another one of my favorite animals to see, the pig, the warthog, and like the boar, right? These wild pigs, and they're cute. They're cute. They're ugly. They're cute. But they can be very aggressive. They are profoundly loyal to theirs. They're not going to let you get up on them. You're not going to sneak up on them. You're not going to get near their kids. You're not going to disturb them if they're having a feast. They're not going to let it happen. And so it is. You know, there's that strength. You are for yours. You are what some would call a ride or die, right? You do what you must. You're not afraid. You are the ultimate ally to have. And I think that, you know, in your life, you have a few people that you really trust and who really kind of match your energy. And I think that in a lot of ways, that's enough. I think that's enough, you know. I'm looking at this, and we have kind of this person here who's kind of kneeling, and we have another person here who's kind of holding on to this boar, warthog, pig, whatever it is. And it almost looks like carrying it. And I think immediately of kind of a symbiotic relationship. Not transactional, but one that is equally supporting in different ways to one another. And I think that you probably have somebody, it maybe as a partner, but it could be a family member or a good friend or somebody you are in business with or work with. And I think that this person is very important to you. And I think that together there's a strength there. And I don't think that this came easily. I think this has been a process of years of getting to a point where you can really trust somebody else. Because I think a lot of times you just want to do things for yourself because you know you will do what you need to do. You're going to figure it out. If you don't know how, you will learn. But this is a person that you can rely on. This is a person who I think really has the best intentions for you. And I think that this is a lucky thing. It doesn't happen easily. Most people never find this kind of dynamic. Not really. So, you know, I think that at times there is a war in you. You know, kind of a tug of war, right? Of trying to really open yourself and allow yourself to just be in it. And I understand that. It could be for so many reasons, right? That we just don't know how to let people all the way in. But I think that this is a place where I could see you continuing on and getting closer and closer. And, you know, I don't throw around the idea of a soulmate lightly, not at all. Nor do I claim that it's, you know, a singular or person or a one-time event in your life. I mean, it could be that you have many soulmates of a variety of kinds. It doesn't have to be romantic. But I think that this person is as close to, if not a soulmate in your life. And I see within we have a tortoise. Okay, so it's a slow moving thing, but it is so devoted. And it's beautiful. And I think this is more than a confirmation. This is like written in stone. Okay, let's see. Can we find any numbers here? Numbers. Do we have any numbers? Did you see any numbers? Let's see. I like to look for the numbers, the letters. Sometimes there's really not that many, if any at all. Oh, so we have a 9 up here. There's a 9. Oh, and that looks like somebody's... it looks like Medusa, maybe. Okay, so we have the head and its side profile. There's the nose and the kind of tongue. Oops. I got scared. I dropped my stick. And we have kind of maybe the serpents coming out of the head. I need to get a Medusa statue. One of my favorite archetypes. It's such a well, like many of the Greek story, a horrifying story of abuse. And that's really what it is at the core of it. What happens to somebody, and then they're continually, you know, treated terribly, and then they become a monster themselves, and it's an awful story, an awful allegory. But you know, sometimes we meet these energies in our life, and it's like you can have such empathy, but you also have to protect yourself, you know, and have boundaries. And so when I see her, I have the greatest love, but it's like, this is where I remember. Sometimes we have to love somebody from a distance. We just, you know, we can't be directly with them. We can't be directly in their lives. It's just, it doesn't work. Okay, so I suppose it's not a 2. I thought maybe it's at a 2, but it doesn't really look like it. And I think just an L. So we have an L and a 9. L9. Let's see. What do we have over here? We have a person lying beneath the moon, dreaming and dreams and dreams. And I think about, well, we have a heart over here. I think about tonight, I've been thinking about that line from, I think it's the Drifters. They say, sweeter than a summer night. Sweeter than a summer night. What a beautiful, and it's of course the way they sing it. But it's so dreamy. I love those old kind of doo-wop and golden oldies songs, love songs. So romantic. But I think about it, and I was thinking, you know, just how that feels when the night is when it's been so warm, so even humid all day long, and everything feels dewy by the end of a summer day. And then finally the sun starts to go down and we get that blue color, and it starts to cool. There's a bit of a reprieve from that thickness, and it is a time of possibility. Anything feels possible, especially when you're young, right? And that feeling of just, maybe driving down a long twisty road with your hand kind of out the window, and it's cool, and the radio's playing, and there's love here, right? There's love here. And do you remember? How do we get there again? We carry these things in our heart, in the compartments in there. Sometimes you wonder, how do we get there? How do we remember? How do we swim in that night again? How do we meet once more? And then I see little symbols like this, and I remember our dreams. That's where we go. That's where the gate is. That's where we go into that secret garden of ours. All the beautiful things. We have access to them there. And so it is. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at these Divine Doors cards. It says that behind every door lies adventure, mystery, and inspiration. I love adventure. I love mystery. I love inspiration. But the thing I love most are doors. I love doors. And that's why I got these cards, because I thought, you know what? I like a good door. So let's see what they got. We're going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Oh, I like this one with the beautiful Buddha there. I don't know which Buddha, but it's a beautiful one. And it says, offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. I always tell my daughter, we treat people better than they treat us. And this is along the same lines, where we can give more than we think we can, when we can, offer more than somebody might ask for or is expected. That is a gift. All right. Sagittarius, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, and I thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. It is one of the great blessings of this channel, is that I get to read so many wonderful comments. And some of you are so generous to share so much about yourself and your experiences. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. All right. I love you. Take care of yourself, and we will talk again in just a few days.